Pete the Cat, Construction Destruction by James Dean. Recess! Pete shouts as the bell rings, but when Pete gets outside to play, oh no! The playground is a disaster. The swings are broken, the slide is rusty, and the sandbox is full of weeds. Pete makes plans for a new playground. Wow, says Principal Nancy. Can you really build that? Not by myself, says Pete. I'm going to need some help. Whatever you need, Pete, it's yours. The next day, Pete arrives at the playground before school. The construction crew is already there. He gives them the go-ahead to tear down the old playground. Down goes the slide. Creak, crash. Down goes the swings. Clink, clink. Down goes the tower. Bang, boom. A truck arrives to recycle the metal. Honk, honk. Rumble, rumble, honk, honk. The new playground equipment has arrived. It's time to get to work. The cement mixer will pour concrete, the dump truck will bring in sand and dirt, and the backhoe will dig. The whole team will get the job done. Thunk, whack, thud. Building a playground is hard work. The new playground is cool, but it's not cool enough. What do you think? Pete asks, holding up his latest plan. It'll be hard to build, says one of the workers. And everything is almost finished, says another. But it will make this the best playground ever, Pete says. Then let's do it, the workers say. Screwdrivers twist, wrenches tighten the nuts. The workers try to make everything perfect. Hooray! The new playground is ready. Everyone is amazed until creak, 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 smack, crunch, thud. Oh no, says Principal Nancy at the new playground as the new playground crashes to the ground. The pieces are all mixed up. Everyone's disappointed, except for Pete. It's not how we planned it, Pete shouts. It's even better. The new playground is filled with surprises and places to explore. The school playground is the most amazing playground ever. Sometimes you've got to dare to dream big. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Pete the Cat and the New Guy by Kimberly and James Dean. It was Sunday, and Pete's friends had come to play. They were rocking to a new song when, beep, 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 there was a noise coming from across the street. Wise Old Owl had a view from his tree. Pete said, Hey, Owl, what do you see? Owl said, All I see are green shoes and a red hat. Pete answered, Sounds like my kind of cat. Pete cannot imagine who this new guy could be. I really hope it's a new friend for me. On Monday, Pete wanted to say hi, but he was feeling kind of shy. So he just rode by and by and by and by. Until Pete finally got. On Monday, Pete wanted to say hi, but he was feeling kind of shy. So he just rode by and by and by and by. Until finally Pete got to meet the new guy. Pete said, I've never met anyone quite like you. You seem like a duck, and a beaver too. The new guy said to Pete, Hi, my name's Gus. Glad to meet you. I'm a platypus. Pete said, You're not like me, and I'm not like you, but I think being different is really cool. On Tuesday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. They came to Squirrel, who was playing in a tree. Hi, Gus, said Squirrel. Climbing is really easy. Try and see. Gus gave the tree a try, but the branch was way too high. I wish I could climb like you, but climbing's just something I can't do. Pete said, Don't be sad and don't be blue. There's something everyone can do. On Wednesday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. They came to Pete's friend, the grumpy toad, who said, Come play leapfrog with me. Jumping is easy. Try and see. Gus jumped and leaped, but he couldn't get over Toad or Pete. I wish I could jump like you, but jumping is something I just can't do. Pete said, Don't be sad, don't be blue. There's something everyone can do. On Thursday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. Soon they saw Octopus, who said, Come juggle with me. Juggling is easy. Try and see. I wish I could juggle like you, but juggling is something I just can't do. Pete said, Don't be sad, don't be blue. There's something everyone can do. On Friday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. Gus said, I can't juggle or jump or climb a tree. It's no fun around here for me. On Saturday, Pete hoped Gus would come out and play. I wish Gus wasn't sad. I wish Gus wasn't blue. I wish there was something we could do. But then Pete heard a groovy sound. It was coming from across the street. Gus was rocking to his own beat. Sweet! Pete said, "Check out Gus the platypus. He found something cool he can do with us." Tap, thump, thump. Thump, thump, thump. Tap, tap. He's not sad, he's not blue. Gus found something that everyone can do. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Pete and the gang had a great day. They'd been at the beach, surfing sun, and had tons of fun. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. Pete had an idea. Hey, how about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy. Pete's place, let's go! The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say goodnight. On went the pajamas and out went the light. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, Alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Pete was just about to catch some Z's when clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Grumpy Toad. I don't want to go to bed. I want to clap instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, Alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Time to sleep. Pete tried again to catch some Z's when rat-a-tat-tat. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Gus the platypus. I don't want to go to bed. I want to jam instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Time to sleep. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, Alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some Z's when he heard munch, munch, munch. Pete had a hunch. It was Alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? All the clapping, rat-a-tat-tatting, and munching was giving him the bedtime blues. Pete had a groovy idea. He got out his favorite bedtime story, and he started to read, first to himself and then to the gang. Pete noticed it was fairly quiet. No more clapping, no more rat-a-tat-tatting, and no more munching. They all settled down. No one made a sound. Pete yawned and turned off the light. Good night, sleep tight. Time to catch some Z's. Tomorrow was another day for surfing, sun, and tons of fun. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat did not feel happy. Pete had never, ever, ever, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said, "The cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way." Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses. He looked all around. Right on. The birds were singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way, and soon he saw Squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "What's wrong, Squirrel?" "I'm so mad. Nothing's going my way. I only found one acorn today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Awesome! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and continued on his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "What's wrong, Turtle?" Pete asked. "I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I'm all upside down today." Pete said, "Try these cool, blue, magical sunglasses. They'll help you see things in a whole new way." Turtle put on the cool, blue, magic sunglasses and looked all around. Far out. Birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete kept rolling along until he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. "What's wrong, Alligator?" Pete asked. "I'm so sad. Nothing is going my way. No one wants to play with me today." Pete said, "Try these cool, blue, magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Alligator put on the cool, blue, magic sunglasses and looked all around. Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete was rolling along and feeling all right when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Uh-oh, Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree. Wise Old Owl said, Pete, you don't need magical sunglasses to see things in a whole new way. Just remember to look for the good in every day. Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool. The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. We're feeling all right. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Pete the Cat, Cave Cat Pete by James Dean. Cave Cat Pete wakes up early. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. Today is going to be a great day, Pete thinks. But then Pete's bed starts to shake. His friend Vinny the Velociraptor is coming to visit. It's a perfect day for a picnic, says Vinny. What a great idea, says Pete. Who should we invite? Everyone, Vinny yells. Right on, says Pete. Pete loves picnics. He heads out to invite all his friends. First, Pete finds his good friend Ethel the Apathosaurus. To get her attention, Pete climbs all the way up to the top of the tallest tree. Would you like to come to a picnic? Pete asks. I'd love to, says Ethel. What can I bring? How about a really big salad? Pete suggests. What a great idea, says Ethel. I'm on it. Pete wanders along the river. He sees T-Rex. T-Rex plays the guitar. T-Rex is awesome. Hey T-Rex, Pete yells. Want to come to a picnic? Sweet, says T-Rex. Can I bring my guitar? Definitely, says Pete. We can jam. Count me in, says T-Rex. Okay if I bring Al the Allosaurus? He's a whiz on the drums. The more the merrier, says Pete. Pete sees his friend Terry the pterosaur in the sky. Hi, Pete, she calls. Pete invites Terry to the picnic, too. Would you mind giving me a lift? Pete asks. Sure, says Terry. Climb aboard. Pete sees the spiked tail of his main man, Skip the Stegosaurus. How are you feeling today, Skip? Pete asks. Skip has been sick with the sniffles. Better, says Skip. Thanks for asking. You up for a picnic? I think so, says Skip. I'd hate to miss the fun. It's almost time for the picnic. Cave Cat Pete rushes through the forest. He doesn't want to be late. Whoops! Pete trips over Trini the Triceratops. We're playing hide and seek, she says before Pete can ask what she's doing. I think I hid a little too well. How long have you been there? Asks Pete. What's today? Asks Trini. Well, all the dinosaurs are going to be at the picnic grounds. Want to come? Pete asks. What a great idea. Maybe somebody there will play hide and seek with me. It's time for the picnic. Vinny and Ethel are setting up the picnic tables. Rex and Al are warming up to play some tunes. Terry and Trini are playing hide and seek. Even Skip seems to be enjoying himself. It doesn't get any better than this, Pete says. Rex comes over then. Hey, Pete, he asks, is there anything else to eat? I'm a carnivore. I don't eat salad. Trini comes over. Terry is cheating at hide and seek. She's flying around and peeking. Skip comes over, too. I don't feel so good, he says, and he sneezes. The dinosaurs all start to argue. The picnic will be ruined if Pete doesn't do something. He leans over to Al and says, Can you give me a beat? Pete takes out his guitar and he starts to sing. Before long, everyone is having a great time. You know, T-Rex tells Ethel, I've never actually tried salad before. Try it, says Pete. I bet you'll like it. T-Rex tastes the salad. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yum, says T-Rex. The salad is delicious. Everyone grabs a plate and digs in. Everyone decides to play hide and seek. Pete is happy that everyone is getting along. He feels lucky to have such great friends. This was the best picnic ever, everyone agrees. It was the best picnic because you guys are the best friends ever, Pete says, and no one can argue with that. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story.